Hi, my name is Pat, and this is my channel, Book Chat with Pat, and I'm glad that you're here. Today is June 6th, and this is going to be another Poetry Thursday episode. I'm going to be talking today about the US Poet Laureate Ada Limon. Ada Limon was born in 1976 in Sonoma, California. She studied theater at the University of Washington, and then she earned her MFA in the creative writing program at NYU, where she studied with poets such as Mark Doty, Sharon Olds, Marie Howe, and Philip Levine. She worked for various magazines in New York City for 12 years, including Martha Stewart Living, GQ, and Travel and Leisure. She currently splits her time between Lexington, Kentucky, and Sonoma, California. She has been a Guggenheim Fellow and a Provincetown Fine Arts Fellow. She has been the recipient of a grant from the New York Foundation for the Arts, and she has also been awarded a MacArthur Genius Grant and the Chicago Library Award for Poetry. She's the author of 6 volumes of poetry and the editor of 1 poetry anthology. Her first book, Lucky Wreck, published in 2005, was the winner of the Autumn House Poetry Prize. Next, she published This Big Fake World in 2006, Sharks in the River in 2010, and in 2015, Bright Dead Things, which was a finalist for the National Book Critics Award. Her poem, How to Triumph Like a Girl, was awarded a Pushcart Prize in 2015, and in a few minutes I'm going to be reading that. In 2018, Ada Limon did win the National Book Critics Circle Award for her volume, The Carrying. In 2022, she published The Hurting Kind, and it was also in 2022 that she was appointed the US Poet Laureate by the Librarian of Congress. Of Mexican-American descent, Ada Limon is the first Latina ever to hold this position. In her capacity as Poet Laureate, Ada Limon has launched the You Are Here Poetry Project. Throughout the year, there will be installations of poetry as public art in national parks throughout the country. Poetry is being installed on picnic tables in 7 national parks. As public works of art, the picnic tables will each feature a historic American poem selected by Limon to encourage visitors to pay deeper attention to their surroundings. Ada Limon will travel to each of these 7 parks throughout the summer and fall of 2024 to unveil the new installations. The first installation will take place on June 14th at Cape Cod National Seashore, featuring the poetry of Cape Cod's late great poet, Mary Oliver. Another major part of this signature project is the recent publication of this anthology of nature poetry edited by Ada Limon. You Are Here, Poetry in the Natural World. This volume, just published in April of 2024, is a magnificent collection of 50 previously unpublished poems by some of the nation's most accomplished poets, including Joy Harjo, Jericho Brown, Dorian Laux, Alberto Rios, Ellen Bass, Carolyn Forche, Ruth Awad, Danez Smith, and many others. It is a breathtaking book in which each poet engages in some way with the author's local landscape. It is an incredible book, and I've been reading from it for some of my daily poetry short videos. Additionally, ADA LIMON is inviting the public, poets and non-poets, to join in the effort to celebrate poetry and the natural world. All are invited to write their own responses to the "You Are Here" prompt. And the prompt is simply, what would you write in response to the landscape around you? We are invited to write and to post whatever we write on whatever social media we engage with, if we choose, with the hashtag "You Are Here Poetry." So how about some poetry? From her volume, Bright Dead Things, again, that's this one, Bright Dead Things, I'm going to read the poem that won ADA LIMON a pushcart prize in 2015. And this is How to Triumph Like a Girl. How to triumph like a girl. I like the lady horses best, how they make it all look easy, like running 40 miles per hour is as fun as taking a nap or grass. I like their lady horse swagger after winning. Ears up, girls, ears up. But mainly, let's be honest, I like that they're ladies. As if this big, dangerous animal is also a part of me, that somewhere inside the delicate skin of my body there pumps an 8-pound female horse heart, giant with power, heavy with blood. Don't you want to believe it? Don't you want to lift my shirt and see the huge, beating genius machine that thinks, no, it knows it's going to come in first? From her volume, The Carrying, again, which won the National Book Critics Award. Next, I'm going to read How We Are Made. And this is a poem that she wrote for her teacher at NYU, the poet Philip Levine. How We Are Made. For months, I was a cannonball dropped down the bore, reeling in blurry, vomitous swirls toward the fuse. 40 days with vertigo is like that. My new equilibrium was spinning inside the chambers of spherical blackness when the news came. You, with your wiry limbs of hard verse, inky gap-toothed grin of gristle and work, you who grimly told us to stop messing around, to make this survival matter, like a factory line, like fish scaling, like filament and rubble. You would say, most likely, this was all sentimental crap. You had gone to cinders, blasted into the ether without so much as smoke. I stood then on the icy hill under the expressway, filled with the salt you had given me, and for the first time that year, my entire world stood still. Also from the carrying, I'm going to read Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman. Standing at the swell of the muddy Mississippi after the urgent care doctor had just said, well, sometimes shit happens, I fell fast and hard for New Orleans all over again. Pain pills swirled in the purse, along with a spell for later. It's taken a while for me to admit I am in a raging battle with my body, a spinal column 35 degrees bent, vertigo that comes and goes like a DC Comics villain nobody can kill. Invisible pain is both a blessing and a curse. You always look so happy, said a stranger once, as I shifted to my good side, grinning. But that day, alone on the riverbank, brass blaring from the steamboat Natchez out of the corner of my eye, I saw a girl, maybe half my age, dressed for no apparent reason as Wonder Woman. She strutted by in all her strength and glory, invincible, eternal. And when I stood to clap, because who wouldn't have, she bowed and posed like she knew I needed a myth, a woman by a river, indestructible. And finally, a poem that Ada Limon was commissioned to write for NASA, to be engraved on NASA's Europa clipper as part of NASA's Message in a Bottle campaign. This poem is In Praise of Mystery. In Praise of Mystery, a poem for Europa. Arching under the night sky, inky with black expansiveness, we point to the planets we know. We pin quick wishes on stars. From Earth, we read the sky as if it is an unerring book of the universe, expert and evident. Still, there are mysteries below our sky. The whale song, the songbird singing its call in the bough of a wind-shaken tree. We are creatures of constant awe, curious at beauty, at leaf and blossom, at grief and pleasure, sun and shadow. And it is not darkness that unites us, not the cold distance of space, but the offering of water, each drop of rain, each rivulet, each pulse, each vein. O second moon, we too are made of water, of vast and beckoning seas. We too are made of wonders, of great and ordinary loves, of small, invisible worlds, of a need to call out through the dark. So that's a little bit about the US Poet Laureate Ada Limon. As always, I thank you for watching. I hope that you're doing well. I'll speak with you again soon. Take care.